If this doesn't work for Rumble to upload colors now, as soon as I try and go on live. So I tried to do crack books and I got kicked off. So I'm going to try this out. Excuse me, I should have grabbed a glass of water before I did this. But anyways, I just wanted to do let and show you the picture that Dana Tarot Spice had pulled off the cards this morning because I thought it was pretty funny. So I'm just putting it on here. It's the Ten of Fire, and it's got this woman juggling 10 receipts that are on fire. Receipts on fire. That's what it looks like. So I'll quickly just do this little reading. I don't know how much will come through in this crappy signal, but the Ace of Fire is the first card. It was spirited power, action, co-creative power. On the right path, making good choices and transformation. Unlimited transforming. This is a time of dreaming big because it will be successful. Then that Ten of Fire came out, which was the woman juggling with receipts, and it's burning away and releasing endings and beginnings and decluttering. So it's for the greater good and the whole. So thank the lesson for what it is and move on. So then the Page of Air came out, which is a theory not yet proven. And I was like, wow, people really might not believe the whole thing on how the theory of the new technology works. So this is pretty funny. It calls for greater investigation as we only scratch the surface. And the second, I don't really know. That's interesting. I say that's interesting all the time. And if I explore this way of thinking, what will I learn from it? So I thought that was pretty appropriate. And then the Four of Air came out, which is a contemplative card. It looked like a contemplative card, but it's healing, meditation, and peace will take place, and allowing your mind to rest and taking care of yourself. So I drew this little thing here is how do we get from here to here, like the shift, you know? And maybe this will help explain. So wait for Rumble to load. It's a 17-minute video you can share, 17 and a little bit, maybe 17:30. So then the Three of Earth popped out, and it's like, Dana asked, how can we see it in a physical reality? So if we're getting the information that's a theory and not yet proving itself, how can we see that in a physical reality? Saw some questions. The Three of Earth came up. Teamwork, dedication, know that I can trust, others joined by others, chosen to be co-creators. What? I got goosebumps. Look at I got sideburn goosebumps this time. Okay. Teachers. Somebody's been teaching us a lot lately. I love learning, but I also love being a teacher. So it's a teacher-student relationship and all building towards this huge collaboration. And thank you, Ether, for providing us with that. So I know a lot of people have problems with the religious stuff. I'm like, I don't know, the whole labeling thing. We're all energy and we've been created from energy. So if you just look at us as big love bubbles going around, that would be great. So the one thing I did try and talk about, but I got off in my last video, was the movie The Matrix. Okay, so on March 30th of 1999, The Matrix movie came out. And in that movie, PG had talked about you can see the ether when he goes to stop the bullets. You'll see them swirling around, but he looks at the three agents standing there, and the Smith guy, he like goes running. He sees them in ones and zeros, like this green, all the computer numbers. He sees that matrix, and that's when he sees the ether. But what happens right before that, you guys? Like, what happens right before he sees that? What makes him see that? I'll tell you. It's Trinity, the girl, leaning in his ear and saying, The lady told me I would fall in love with the chosen one, and you're the one. You can't be dead. I love you. Oh, I got goosebumps. It was love that woke Neo up to the visualization of the ether. Wah. What did they do with Neo at the very beginning? He was all shaved, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair, no body hair anywhere. And he's all put in an amniotic, sucked into this whatever. Why didn't he have any hair? Well, because they're probably seeing if he could see without the receptors, just a plain nakedness. And if you didn't watch the video yesterday, like the tools Dana is using, like people are like, oh, tarot's bad. Is it? Like we're just pulling messages out of the ether. Like, and it's crazy how much they are literally word for word that somebody else will use on their show besides me. Literally word for word. How does that happen? Okay. This morning's the card was really funny. I wrote it down somewhere. It was something about the calm, being the calm in the storm. And I was like, oh, that's what she was doing. She was doing etymology on Larry Fink, okay, from BlackRock. And she got on this thing about this tangent about Finn, Fink, and how this dog. See, I wrote it down. Okay. I wrote it down. Okay, so it got on to that Fink is like a rat, but in French, it's Fin is the ending. So Fink pejorative. Let's see what I wrote down. What the heck did I wrote? I don't even recognize my own line. But oh yeah, how what basically a Fink meant is that you don't belong to a union or an organization. What? A non-member fraternity. So, and then she got on to what I normally do is the birds, like what does finch mean? Like Fink, finch. You guys ready for this? Movement, ascension, stick to your true north. What? What happened? If you've watched any of the last 3 lives of PG's, the True North, North Pole, Tesla Tower is where all creation came from, and who built that? God. Anyways, so in the Finch, vulnerability, lessons, being open. It aids relationships, and believe it or not, she found a spice finch, which was hilarious, which is self-care, okay, compassion, and communal closeness. I wrote rays of joy, leave negativity behind, flying out like a whirlpool. What's a whirlpool? A spiral. Finch, a memorable moment on the horizon, honoring things, even the little things. Stress is not part of my vocabulary. Stress is not part of my vocabulary. Okay, when facing a fierce storm, Finch rides out the storm. It represents joy, colors, and being true, being open. So then she went on to Larry and laurels, bestowing praise in recognizing achievements. I was like, what? Huh? And then we got on to talking about data and the fractal imprint of a virus. So, and then it led me to tell her some more about, we got talking about how 4 years ago, when that whole situation started out with the corona, it was literally leaving people up to their free will. Nobody else could interfere whether or not they were getting the downloads. Okay. And if you're doing your own work, you're ascending and getting rid of those vibes. So the other thing I noticed that how did I even write that? I was like, what? I wrote that. So in the movie The Matrix, I saw the word Saul behind in the train station right when he's fighting the agent. And I believe in all things have meanings. And so we got talking about, again, how the sun is a star, and soul, S-O-L, and also S-O-U-L, and how solar, I'll circle back to the solar system, all of our souls together in the ether. Then we got talking about the part where Trinity gives Neo a big kiss. Well, what wakes him up out of his coma but a kiss? Let's talk about some other people that might have gotten kissed out of a coma, maybe like Sleeping Beauty and Snow White. See what's going on there? So that's all I got to say about today. Besides, the easiest thing that you can remember about fractals, if that word scares you, just think of how high they taught us in multiplication tables. 12 times 12 equals 144. Why is that? Why do you think they only went to 144? Well, if you look at what happens at 137.5 in the Fibonacci spiraling, that's where it starts a quantum. So before it even reaches 144, it branches out and starts anew. It grows. You see? So it hits a certain threshold at 137, starts another level, grows that level, micro to macro, all the way up, growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So when PG's asking you why 13 is such an important number, we must stop and ask ourselves that. There's more knowledge to be learned there. So I'm really finding all of this fascinating because it's letting old information that I was deceived by, or maybe it was like deception on purpose to keep us in a certain place. So, we're not harming ourselves, or maybe that's all we could take in at that time. But I've always believed we're exactly where we should be in that energy right now. Like we're all where we're exactly supposed to be. So that's all I got on that. And I'm super grateful for the Raven Moonstone news team because they're just super fantastic and super awesome. And I love everybody's input. And I love the things that everybody is learning and growing from. It's like, it's just amazing. Yeah, I'm an awesome singer. I do this a lot. It's not, I got that joke afterwards, by the way, about the hairbrush. I do it in my thumb. I sing in my thumb a lot. Especially if I was like driving down the road and somebody would catch me car singing, I would like take my thumb out and like really get into it. So, the thumb's an instant microphone. So, anyways, was listening to who? I'm just gonna read a couple comments before I dip out. I don't know. Somebody comment something so the comments. Well, oh, there they are. Hi, Raven. Hi, Raven. Hi, Raven. Hello, everyone. I missed the first 5 minutes. Well, you better circle back because it was awesome. Was listening to Mr. X's question. I don't know who Mr. X is. I'm like so out of the loop, like honestly, with some of these people out there. I don't know a lot of people. I don't watch a lot of videos. I really don't. I have to be able to, and I've done this the whole time, get the messages from the ether, like, and then put it together with my information that I've had in real life, and then I go seek more information to solidify that. So don't be upset about anything. This is where we are all students. We are all ignorant of all truth right now. Okay? So people get bent out of shape of where what we didn't learn or what we did learn or what we are learning. Just know that how we behave presently affects the past as much as it affects the future. That's all that matters. So if you're staying in your calm, grounded, centered vibration, then nothing's really going to get you too effed off about anything. And you can just keep growing and growing and growing in that frequency of love and light and compassion. And know that I am you, you are me, and we are all one. So when you call somebody else a bad name, you're pretty much just projecting that onto another person. We're all mirrors. So if you're calling me a fraud, why are you a fraud is my question. And I'm not saying that rude. It's just a fact. It's just we project what we are afraid of. We project what we think about. So if you're casting shade or negativity on somebody, that means you feel that in your heart. That means you yourself feel that in your heart somewhere. And, if you can't just sit and observe and detach from what your expectations of those outcomes are, that's what's hurting people right now is their own cognitive dissonance to their own spirituality and allowing those messages to come through. Anything, and I repeat, anything that is pissing you off is teaching you something. Everything is there for reason. Everything is there for purpose. Every person is there for purpose and a lesson. So whether that lesson is for you, if it's not, scroll on. If it is, pay attention and fix it. That's what the whole entire thing is all about. And the reason we haven't progressed faster is because people are still hung up on a certain timeline and dwelling in that negativity instead of taking more information and try and piece it from other areas. They'll be quick to go blah, 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 over here, but they're really closing off their gathering from here. Okay, when you're so busy doing this, one mouth in it, keyboard worrying it, you're missing the connections of love here because you're too busy projecting. You're not channeling, you're projecting. So that's all, that's as easy as I can say it. You're the person on the TV going, come on, buy a car quick, all wound up. That's you in there. It's not me. I'm not the one doing that. I'm going to tell you a funny story. I might not have told you this story. Maybe I did. But it was my first lesson really vocally, like in public. Well, it wasn't that public. My very good friend, invited me to go to this lady's house. It was a really good friend of hers. She worked as a news reporter for a very well-known station for years. And this is like, I'll say 18 years ago or something. Like it was a while ago. And she invited, well, maybe not that long ago, maybe 10 years ago, I'll say. She invited me to go over to this lady's house who she spoke very highly of, and she's really nice, but she had MS, and I had LUPUS. I don't anymore. Anyways, it doesn't matter, neither here nor there. But the reason my friend brought me over to this woman's house was to lift her spirits and show her that you don't have to live your life like you've been prescribed, right? So, and my friend that brought me over is my sister. Like, she's my sister from another mister. There is no other like this woman. I love this woman to the ends of earth. And so I went over there, and on the way over there, I had the worst backache. I like couldn't even sit down in the car. I was like, no. I'm like, I'm not gonna last long at this lady's house. Like, whatever. So we go there, and she invites us in the backyard, and I'm not a big drinker. I can tell you probably maybe 10 times in my life I've been shittered. But I've drank. I'm not without sin on that. But I've never been like, whatever, I don't care. And so she brings out a bottle of, first when I show up at the door, this woman did this, looked me up and down like I was trailer trash. And I was like, oh, this is going to be like an interesting thing. I was wearing a hemp hoodie. I'll never forget it. I had short tights on, like clam digger tights, so my legs were showing my tattoos. And I was holding a lunch bag. I had my lunch with me because I just finished working in the morning at this breakfast place, torture place. So we were going to her place for a glass of wine on the deck outside, nice, whatever. So yeah, she was judging me. We get passed into the backyard, And she's interviewing me. There's no other way to put this. She's interviewing me and asking me question after question after question. It was like just really weird. It was not back and forth. It was like I was being interviewed. I thought it was kind of weird. And my friend was pretty quiet, sitting there and listening to the conversation. You know, I'm eating my lunch and whatever. And she asked me a question. I think I dropped some F bombs, which was quite, I don't swear as much as I used to, but I still swear. And I try not to, but I still do. And so she asked me, she said, well, don't you care about what people think of you? Or something to that effect. I can't remember exactly how she phrased it. And I'm like, I was holding my glass of wine. I don't have a glass right here. Oh, here I do. No, I won't get it. I was holding my glass of wine and I'm like, well, I don't fucking care what people think of me, honestly. I've never cared what people think of me. And I've got my glass of wine. It's not even really moving, it's pretty stable. So, whatever. That was enough to trigger this woman. Like, I'm not shitting you. This woman went from I'm walking around like a cripple to all of a sudden I can stand erect and can I give you some feedback, Raven? And I'm like, I've never had anybody say that to me in my life. I was like, okay. So she proceeded for about 5 minutes and she went crazy. There's no other word to say. Her behavior was like just off the charts cuckoo. Well, I'm Raven and I don't fucking care what anybody thinks. And she just went, woo. I was like, my friend, I felt horrible. If there was a hole in that patio, she would have just went right in there. She would have slid right in there. Gone. I just want to disappear. This is the most humiliating thing I've ever been through. So what did I do? I did this. Can I give you some feedback? Very calmly. I said, from the moment we walked in here, you were judging me. I don't, gotten that a lot in my life, don't care. I said, but for you to behave like this when your friend, my sister, has talked so highly of you and what kind of an awesome person you are for 2 or 3 years now, wanting me to come over here and you wanting me to come over here, and this is how you behave? I am embarrassed for her. I'm embarrassed that she actually has a friend that would do that to her. Shame on you. Like, and I ripped her a new arsehole and I'm like, okay, we're done now. I left. Guess what? No more backache. Gone. Boop. Did we ever go back there and see that lady? Absolutely not. 1,000%. She didn't even apologize for like a month or two. Like, I don't care. Like, I do not care. But when somebody behaves like that, that's not me. I didn't. I'm like, what the hell? Like, holy shitballs. Where did that come from? So I've had these experiences with real people treating me like trash in front of people I love very dearly. But I won't put up with that behavior. That woman got told that she was garbage for doing that to her friend. I don't care what you say about me. Don't you dare treat your friend like that. That is so disrespectful. And I will fight to the death for my friends. Trust me. All my friends know that I fight to the death more for them than I do for myself. I'm not joking. Don't say shit about my friends or you're gonna get it. Like, big time. So that's where we are in the collective consciousness, though. People are sitting there talking shit instead of uniting, and we're supposed to be uniting. That's what the whole test is right now. Are you sitting back? If you can't say something nice, then don't say it at all. Right? So this is 4 years of discernment online. I'm not swayed by these trolls. Honestly, I welcome some of them because they give me awesome song lines. Like, anybody remember the one from 2020 and Barbara, if you were watching these YouTubes? Are you wearing a bra? That's going in a song. Somebody told me I needed mental help yesterday. Literally, you need mental help. You can read it in the comments. I left it. I'm like, I don't think I need mental help. I laugh at everything. Maybe you need mental help because you're projecting that shit on my page. There, I said it. So, I'm gonna read a couple more comments and I'm gonna go because I love you and I want to go do stuff and things. So, let's go. Are you recording on a potato? What is your YouTube channel? You're watching it. Raven Moonstone. You're on the Raven Moonstone show right now. So, anyways, yeah, I'm recording on a potato. Yeah, for sure. Anyways, that's pretty funny. I wonder what that is in gematria. Are you recording on a potato? No, but my seat is very uncomfortable right now. I kind of hurt my butt. That's why I'm wiggling around. It's like trying to keep my back stable in a not bad place. So that's what happens when you get to be almost 55. I can't wait for med beds this year. Dude, I'm gonna look as awesome as this picture. I'm just gonna show you this picture because I still laugh every time I look at it. Where is it? I sent it. I'm going right back to this youthful lover boy look when I was like 13. See my cowlick? Holy crap. Look at that. Can't part my hair down the middle. It's like got this weird wave to it. But there, you got to see me when I was awesome and 13 years old. Yeah. I don't think anybody's ancient. You know why? Because what the heck do we even look like when we've got all this shit cleaned out of us and I've got all my teeth back? I used to have dimples, like dimples. Let me show you some sweet ass dimples. I'm going to show you my grade 9 picture just because it's fun and I think I showed it the other day on whatever. But it doesn't matter. I got to show it to you because I had some sweet ass. I don't, maybe I was wearing just a little bit of mascara and some lip gloss. But look at those dimples. Woo! Look at that. See, the lady cut my bangs when my bangs were straight. Now I got a cowlick in that one. That's what happens when you cut my bangs when they're wet. Straight across. N-O. I used to say, you gave me a grade 8 haircut. But it was like a grade 9 haircut. Anyways, I love you. Oh, from the Lake of Ontario. I love that in the Blue Rodeo song from Lake Ontario. I think that's in, I can't remember what song off the top of my head, but it doesn't matter. But I love you guys. Have a blissful day and watch the Rumble. It's almost loaded. Well, it's not quite. It's still only 28%. So it's going to be probably another hour or two. But it's on the old currency and it'll help a lot of people clear up some. They're going to implant neurotransmitters into our brains and turn us all off and depopulate us. No, just go watch that video. Poof. I love you. Bye.